Greetings, my audience. I really forgot what I was going to settle on, what I reviewed, and for this review. I forgot what I settled on my idea. I wish I could remember what I settled on. I'm sorry I'm talking about review. I kind of forgot what I was going to review. I think it was a Marvel movie really, but I can't remember which one. There's like tons of them in my head that I'm thinking on because I can't remember which one I settled on. Anyway, so I'm going to have to think of something else to do. To review, so fuck. Hang on. Just stay with me, my audience. I appreciate you staying through to this. So, I remember what movie Marvel was going to talk about. The 2012 The Avengers movie. I was going to come up with something else. and changed my idea, but now I remember what the Avengers movie I'm talking about, the 2012 one, the first live action one. I give this a 10 out of 10 because it makes as much sense as 2011's Green Lantern movie, starring Ryan Reynolds, and it makes as much sense as the Supergirl movie, the 70s flick, the original Supergirl flick, the director's cut and theatrical cut I've seen. Both cuts. As in, it doesn't make sense. The plot is idiotic, bare bones. And the characters are all dense morons on the Team Avengers. This is a monkey see, monkey do premise that's a lazy premise of how to get the team together. They just kill off an unknown character that wasn't a big character before this movie. Then they resurrect him with the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Phil Coulson. The same Phil Coulson that died in 2012's Avengers movie. Because they brought him back with the blood from an alien. To resurrect him. It's making sense in the show. More than I could make sense of it out loud. Yes, the one of those stupid things. They went with Coulson after this, instead of just leaving him dead. So basically, the Avengers tyranny beforming Avengers was based on a false Big Hell of Alive, covered by Nick Fury. And Nick Fury wanted to resurrect Coulson, but then told anybody about it. Not even the Avengers, so the whole assembling Avenger was kind of pointless now. And, what does stick in this movie? One-liners in this movie and some action scenes thrown here and there. It looks like a cool 2012 Avengers video game. Released on the PlayStation 3 or whatever was like selling in the 2012. I forget, was this before? Yeah, 2012 was before PlayStation 4, right? I think so. So PlayStation 3 would have been on. It looks like a PlayStation 3. It looks like one of those video games. It's shot. The whole movie's shot like a video game. Has these cool weird angles like video game graphics get in video game. Like, and it's shot like a comic book also. Like with cool weird angles that gives you that you usually see in video games, inspiring video game stuff and comic book shit. But Whedon brings it to the big screen in live action. But he's not the first person that done it. He's just the first person that people actually could accept it worldwide for worldwide appeal and make it marketable. Shooting it like a comic book. And make money off of it. He was the first one to make money off of it and not have it backfire in his face due to negative reception from critics. Because the negative reception of the critics of 2003 Hulk movie did comic book ankle shot, and that was negatively received from critics. But maybe if they made the Avengers movie for that movie, maybe that was the Avengers, and maybe the people were extremely more accepting for it. Treating it like a comic book, you know? I don't know. This movie had a cluttered mess, and it only became more cluttered with the Age of Ultron sequel. And more comedic. And bloated. And stupid. More cringe. Less cool. Amounts of cool stuff. So lead into the weakness was the sequel, Age of Ultron, directed by the same director, Joss Whedon. That learned nothing from his mistakes and just lean into his worst ideas imaginable with the characters, and took a very more comedic Batman and Robin approach. like George Clooney did with Batman? Is it more stupid? This is why I was dumbfounded by Age of Ultron. I give that an 8 out of 10. A 7 out of 10, maybe. I'm not sure. A 7 or 8 out of 10. I give that the sequel to Age of Avengers 1 is a 7 or 8 out of 10. Probably a 7 out of 10. That's above average for me. I enjoy the first one as a 10 out of 10 because it was a good power fantasy, at least. That was more than I could say about any of the other installments to the franchise after the first one. With Endgame and Infinity War and Age of Ultron were all letdowns. Now I'm going to talk about Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron, where Ultron is a star and gets easily somehow he feels more of an easy opponent than Loki was in the first Avengers movie. And he doesn't really ever outsmart the Avengers. He just straight up starts attacking the Avengers. He never manipulates them. He never does anything smart. He just starts attacking the Avengers and trying to kill them, instead of having them try to kill each other and turn on each other, which would have been a smart thing to do if Vision was a thing that was AI with Tony's and AI and then made by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner and Jarvis helped and blah blah blah. Explaining the plot of the movie that Jarvis becomes Vision in the movie, blah blah blah, and that's where Vision comes in and to become the other AI, the good AI, to go up against Ultron. And look, Age of Ultron is a fucking convoluted mess. Like Infinity War is a convoluted mess of ideas that just don't go together well. There's a mishmash of bad ideas and good ideas, and this was so ideas. And I want to talk about Endgame and Infinity War as least as possible in this video, so I can end this review. I give Avengers Endgame and Infinity War and Ultron, Age of Ultron, a 7 out of 10 for above average the sequels are. I don't want to talk that much about them. The less they were mistakes for me to watch. The Avengers sequels, all of them. The more I'm thinking about it, I think 7 out of 10 is being too generous. The more I'm thinking about it, I think I have to give them a 6 out of 10. The fucking terrible sequels suck. They all sucked as a 6 out of 10. The mediocre shit. Let down. So a fucking mess. They suck. The Avengers sequel sucks. I give them a 6 out of 10. The first one is a 10 out of 10. The sequels are a 6 out of 10. I give them a 6 out of 10 for being a mediocre fucking letdown of a piece of shit I was regret watching. I think I like Ezra Miller's Flash movie more than the Endgame movie with Avengers, and I think I like Ezra Miller's stupid Flash movie, where it's titled Flash, that Ezra Miller Flash movie, that's terrible. I think I want to watch that more often than any of the Avengers sequels with the Avengers, mainstream line Avengers from MCU canon. I only like the first one. The sequel sucked. Like that movie I just mentioned. Of yeah. I forgot what I mentioned. Yeah, this just sucked. These sequels did. The Avengers movie sucked. Sequels. Goodbye. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Comment below. Goodbye. I leave the comment section on.